Gangadaaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya. प्रदीप्तरत्नोज्ज्वलकुण्डलायै प्रदीप्तरत्नोज्ज्वलकुण्डलायै स्फुरन्महपार्णगभूषणाय स्फुरन्महपार्णगभूषणाय शिवानितायै च शिवानिताय शिवानितायै च शिवानिताय शिवाय च नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय च नमः शिवाय 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 नमः शिवाय.
Okay, what struck you as you were watching? What is going on in your mind? Anyone can begin. Her grace. Where is the person who said grace? Grace, brilliant. You saw the beauty of women altogether, and we are women ourselves, but we don't tend to notice that. Brilliant. What else did we see? Just the strength and the power that we saw there. Yeah? The emotions that went with it. What else? Her energy. Yeah, the stamina, energy that she brought into it. What else? What was it about the dance? What was it? Everything is such a big word to use. What was it?
I would have appreciated the narration.
You would have appreciated the narration. You're going to get it now. Yeah? Yes.
Duality that she...
It was contrasting. Explain that a little bit more.
I saw that the first one she said, like, it was like a soft person, and the second one was like, a very strong person. So I guess it was like two different things altogether.
Very nice, very nice. Anyone wants to build on that? Yes. Okay.
So,
let me go this side. Yeah? Yes.
Sorry, ma'am.
The shift in duality was very exciting to watch.
Oh, very interesting. Duality and shift in duality was very interesting to observe. Very nice, very nice.
I think the fact that both of them coexist at the end of the day, it's not this and that. It's both that make up the person together. I think we see that in our daily lives as well.
Yeah.
We are soft and we are strong at the same time. So I think that came across beautifully. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay. So let me give give you the last word, and then we will kind of come back and ask Sangeeta what she wanted to say. Yeah.
I think I saw a woman's ability to cope with different situations and emotions gracefully.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to, I will take that, but I'm also going to ask whether we attribute it to women. Don't men have the same? And therefore, it's interesting that I want to just rephrase saying the human capability in all of us for the duality that we bring in. Yeah? Great. Sangeeta, I want to listen to what was in your mind. And when we were discussing, you were talking about this.
Sure. So, gender is a concept, and it's an idea that encompasses many opposites. So, we could have the masculine woman, we could have the feminine man, and we could have anything in between. And really, it's like you said, and I'm so happy to hear this, that you got so much out of the performance, because that is the truth. That is my truth, anyway. That, it's easy to be just strong, or easy to be just soft, but to really bridge the two and keep going back and forth, I think that's the challenge of the everyday. And which is why this piece speaks so much to me.
Thank you. And it was interesting because the moment I asked her, be who you are, become what you want to be, if that's the statement, immediately she said, I was thinking on exactly the same lines, and therefore I want to perform this Ardhanarishwar piece, which captures this duality. Okay? Okay, rapid fire round. I have 4 minutes, Aparna, so I'm going to make maximum use of it. Okay. So here's a woman, a professional, and I want to use just 2 minutes to ask her some rapid fire questions. Okay? So, have you taken a career break ever?
Yes.
Good. So we'll talk about that. How many hours of effort did it take to make this happen?
Almost 40 years.
Did you start at your cradle or something
When
like
I was
that?
4. So I started when I was 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have self-doubt?
All the time. I had self-doubt about coming dressed up and performing at 9 o'clock in the morning. But these people said, no, this is going to work. And so yeah.
Okay. What is work-life balance?
Again, it's an abstraction. I don't think it exists in real.
And what makes you who you are?
Well, I love my dance. I love the possibilities it offers. I think it's the possibility. I think that's what makes me who I am. What about you, Vasanthi? I want to hear from you as well. Ask me all the questions.
Ditto. Yes, I have self-doubt. And I beat myself to death sometimes over it, which I think is quite unwarranted. My head says so, but my heart doesn't listen. Yeah? Yes. And I think what keeps me going every day is just that we can bring something new and different. Yeah? Just as we did this morning. And I think that joy of creation is something that's very important. And for me, as a takeaway from your session, I had 3 things that I put together, and I think the professor in me does not disappear, okay? So just bear with me through the day. You know, what I loved was the stillness that she took close to 35 to 40 seconds before she began the dance. I thought that stillness was so profound for me because in going from action to action, right? That stillness to compose yourself, I think becomes very important. The second one that struck me was, I had done an earlier work with a Bharatanatyam dancer, how symbolic it is that gratitude is so central to the way we look at things. And your first opening one was really gratitude. Yes. An offering, yeah? So I'm grateful. And it's interesting, no? After so many thousands of years, we have a Center for Gratitude Studies, which basically says that people who are grateful to the world in general are likely to be more happy and contented for longer periods of time than people who do not have gratitude. Okay? So let's practice gratitude, and I think it just comes out in these spaces more easily. And the third one, I was amazed, and I don't know whether you were amazed by it, beyond stamina and energy, right? What really hit me was her consistency. Okay? So there was music, there was emotions, there was expressions, and right through it all, she just kept switching from one to the other. Yeah? You could see the Shiva, you could see the Shakti, and it was that for me is really something that I take away today. Just that consistency in that span of a second to be able to switch from one to the other. I think, I hope your panel will talk about it a little bit. KK, no pressure, okay? and, and on that note, and ask that question. Okay, so I now am going to, I think we will stop here. And 9:30, we are handing over to you, 1 minute late. Thank you, Aparna. Okay.
Thank you.
That beautiful, beautiful Ardhanareshwar, one of my favorite pieces, a daily inspiration for me actually, you know, to remember to play both the roles really well. Thanks for that, and you all will see the duo come in again to inspire us through the day. I'm just going to ask Rahul to please come and put the chairs up. We're going to have a very, very interesting panel discussion. You know, in the spirit of Ardhanareshwar, we said we must have some men here. And we've got some man here. Okay, so we've got Mr. Krishna Kumar Natarajan, who is wonderful, wonderful for just being here. I can't imagine, you know, how he's made time for us today. But so filled with gratitude because we have him. He's one of the rare IT male senior leaders who has a fully active working wife in her career, you know. So it's just amazing. And, you know, I do a lot of workshops with IT, you know, companies, and I find that, you know, one of the things we think is we'll have a lot of women there, right? IT seems suited for women, but the ratios are really, really poor. And we need much more of men like him. So I'm going to just invite him to please come on stage. And what he's going to be doing for us is he's going to decode this concept called up with the women who have really, really inspired us to up. So we have Rekha Menon with us, and she is one of the really globally recognized leaders in the IT industry or in the business world. So Business World, the magazine, even has rated her as one of the most powerful women in India. And it's just such a pleasure to have her here. She's at the pinnacle of her career, and no, there's so much more for her to kind of do and give, but we'd like to hear from her how to get there, because a lot of us want to forge a career like that. How many of you all want to forge a top leadership career? Yeah? So lots of people here, right? And including KK. Great. And with her, joining her, is Bharati Jacob. So this is, you know, I mean, Bharati is from a different world. I mean, again, from the business world, but she finances businesses. Okay, and I know here in this group today, we have a lot of people who are high net worth individuals who have a lot of access to money, funds, and there's a lot more we can do with that access that we have. So we're going to have Bharati talk about, you know, scaling businesses, investing in businesses, mentoring businesses, and that whole universe. And because there's so much diversity in this audience and in terms of our aspirations, dreams, desires, we have a third wonderful, wonderful panelist who is from a very, very different universe. So interestingly, when we were putting this together, what I liked is she's change agent, activist, columnist, and homemaker. So interestingly, this is a very different path where, you know, she has decided to prioritize home, family. Money is not a key driver for her. And however, you know, there is so much to give that she's working so hard to make Bangalore clean, green, and beautiful. And it's been a 3-year-long journey with her. And one of the things that we've seen is she's actually now impacting public policy. And not just creation of policy, but implementation of policy, which is a tough thing. But all of us have the capability to do things like that, right? So a wonderful, wonderful plethora of speakers. And now over to KK to please decode up. May I just invite everybody on stage?
Been called for this session. Thank you, Vasanthi. Thank you, Aparna. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be with